Welcome to Trading Lounge and the SP 500 for the 9th of April, and on the weekly chart here we're looking at our expanded flat correction here with wave 3 here, an A wave here, an A, B and C for the B wave, and 5 waves down for wave C or 4 here. So if this is correct here, and I don't know that, but we would need to get on top of 3,000 here to confirm that this particular count is correct. Otherwise, we just need to take it step by step, and as you know, we're looking for an A and a B and a C wave into this space here, and then down again from that point. So I don't know if we just continue to the upside through here, and it's going to take a little time to work out as well, because you know, this first move up here of an A wave and a B wave and this C wave here, which we're trading to the upside here, this 5 waves needs to terminate, and then we need to just really observe what's happening at that stage, and then make a decision to work out if we're going. So there's going to be a pause in this area here once we finish our trading up to this point up here in this leg here. Then we just pause and we just wait and we observe. We just sit on the fence and wait for something to pop its head up, and then we'll you know, work with that. So let's go in and have a look. So as you know, I've been looking at it in terms of wave A or wave 1 there, and copy this wave 2 here, and wave C or 3 here. So yeah, so we've got the A, the B and the C wave here. So we need to understand this now, where we are here with this. So we'll just dive in here a little bit further with all of this. We come into the 4-hour chart here, and we've been looking at the A wave here, an A and a B and a C for the B wave, and then we're looking for 5 waves up here. So just on this little drawing here, we've got wave 1 and 2 here, 1 and 2 here, and then the 3rd wave here, the 4th wave here, which was this pullback here, and then the 5th wave to move up there. Will it move all the way up here? I don't know. I think that our target should be 28. 8's a profit taking number, and it's also where the consolidation takes place over here, so it has history, it's not new. And let's just bring that down here a little bit. So that's how we're looking. We're looking for 5 waves between B and C here. So we've got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and looking for 5 now. Let's go in and take a closer look. So in this instance here, we've got 1 and 2 here, and 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 for the 3rd wave. Last time we spoke, we were looking at this low here. I have to say it was pretty messy down the bottom, down through here. It it took me 3 goes to get it, but that's just part of the process, because it kept, you know, we could count the 5 waves down to this point here, then it kept you know, bopping up and dropping, so it took me a little bit to get in, but finally got in. So what we need to do, this is clear. The 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 is clear. So now we need to clear up this situation in here. So just before I get there though, the number 8 here is extremely important. Wherever I see a number 8, you can expect profit taking. We're in group 2 here, and group 2 is 65, 72 and 80. This is minor degree group 2 in here. So there's also a smaller one called subgroup 2, which you get between every 100. So from 700 to 800 here, you'd have 10, 20 and 30, group 1, the 50, the midpoint where we are now, and then you'd have group 2 in here, which would be 65, 72 and 80 in here. So we're in subgroup 2 here. We're in minor group 2 in the big picture, and subgroup 2 in this one. It just happens we're also in group 2. We're at this old high here in the 50 area here. So 5 is the 2nd strongest number in the market, and of course there's history here as well, but that's where we're going to see it flicker around. So look, our main point here is that we want to take profit here, You could also take another percentage here, which is not such a bad idea, and I'll explain that in a moment. Obviously, just the old high here, so we'll see a reaction at this point. But if you want to get up here further, then you'll need to keep the stop out of the way. So we need to count 5 waves in this structure here. So I'm going to go to the 15-minute chart here. So I know that we can see 5 waves in here quite clearly as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here. So that could actually be the top here, but I don't think it's the top here. I've done this here looks corrective here, but I've gone in and done a lot of it. It's just got an extension in the 5th wave here, that's all. So we've got a little 1 and 2 in here, 3, ABC for 4 here, and up for 5 here, and then the ABC pattern coming down here. So that's how I've labeled it, and I've gone into a 10, I normally use a tick chart like on 100, and then I drop it down to 50, 20 and 10 to try and see inside the structures. But this is my outcome here. So that means that from this old high here, we will see a ABC correction pulling back to the wave 4 of 1 lesser degree here. In fact, I don't even think that high is in place just yet. Sorry about that. I think there's one more little push up there, and we'll look at the tick chart for that, and then the ABC correction here. And yeah, I won't talk about the trading levels anymore in here, even though there's a bit more to say about that. So I'll put this in the right place. So really, if you want to get to there, then you're going to have to leave the stop out of the way. But at the same time, as I mentioned, a nice way to do that is to find it, do you take profit or don't you take profit? That's always the question, isn't it? So I always find just taking a balanced view on things, that's not being, not being too greedy and not being too scared, just finding that right balance point for things. So that way you can live with yourself a little bit. So taking a percentage at an old high is okay, and looking to build back in over here would be the right thing to do as well. So over here we would need to see an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave here, and then we'll need to see 5 waves up, and it'll move back here, and then we can go along again through here, and then whoopsie-daisy, move up through here and build back in that way. So I think it's good to leave some skin in a game. Having attachment is important. It keeps your attention on the wheel, so to speak. So yeah, the other side to this here is that if you put wave 4 over here and then count these 5 waves up and have the top here, it was just a little bit short here. And one of the other points I wanted to make here too is that let's just look at some of the other ones, like Wall Street, the DJ here is still shy of its top here. So in this case, we'll look at 1 here and 2 here, and all of these are 3rd waves up here, and then a 4th wave coming back here, and then going up here again. So normally I see Thursday as the bear day, and then Friday and Monday as bullish. So that will take us higher here, and this is also the same for the NASDAQ as well. So the A, B, and C for the B wave, 1 and 2 here, 3 here, 4 here, and you can see how, sorry about all this working stuff here, but you can see how low we are here for this so far. So we're not there yet either for this. So I think this has got more to push up here as well, just to make that high up here. And the important level up here, of course, is, well, we've got 8,000, which is a major trading level, and then we've got group 1, which is 1, 2, and 3 Fibonacci numbers, and the next number we don't worry about 4. It's important though, but 5 is more important here. So we're just talking geometry here. Price ratio 61.8%, using the price as a Fibonacci ratio. So we know that if we get a tested support on top of the 3 here, then we'll push up to 5. but that support on there comes at the arrival, the reaction, the first high above the level, and then the ABC pattern, and then up from there. That's our thing, you know. So, well, so if that's going to extend, which I don't think so, but it will pop its head, possibly pop its head over there just to get the last wave, you know, and then we can look to even short the retest on that. It's a bit ugly there, but that kind of thing, we can start working it to the downside a bit. Right, just move these out of the way, and that one. So let's just go and have a little bit more of a look at this little situation here while we've got time. So it's a little bit hard to see. So we've got 3 and 4 here, and then I've looked at this as 1 and 2 here in green, and I'm looking for 3 in green, 4 in green, and 5 in green here to take us to 28, which is minor level 8. And within that, we've got the first wave up here as 5 waves. I don't need to go back into that. I've pulled that out. And then back, a nice ABC back for 2 here, nice and sharp. And then here, from wave 2 here, I'm taking wave 3 to here, and then 4 to here, and then 5 to here to make this 3 here. So that would take me as 1 and 2 here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 1 and 2 here, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 for 3 and 4 here, and then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 for the third wave, ABC for the fourth wave here, and now we're in the fifth wave here. I haven't labeled this one here properly, but I can see we've got 5, 4, 3, and then we've got here, we've got okay, that's where that goes then. Okay, that's there and there. I'll need to double check that too, but and not that it matters that much, but yeah, 3 here, an A and a B and a C, and expanded flat here, and then we're looking for wave 5 here. So I was looking at this here as, just borrow these here. Some people say that it's not important to, I think if you account for all the wave counts, all the wave structures, then, you know, then you can't be too far wrong at that point, or at least you can see where you're wrong. But, you know, if you skip over things, then it makes it a little bit difficult. So, I mean, normally the right thing to do would be put this here, but I just don't think that's the case, because I can see from, well, let's just, let's bring this wave structure here, let's just bring that over here somewhat here. So this is the structure here. So from here we can count wave 1 and 2 here, and let's just have a closer look in here, see if I've made a mistake. So 1 here and 2 here, and then I've got basically 1 and 2 here, and then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here for the third wave, ABC for the fourth wave, and the fifth wave here. So I've got 1 and 2 and 3 waves here. So I've only got 3 waves here so far. So I'm thinking this is the fourth wave here. All of this here, but we don't want an overlapping wave 1. This is wave 1 here. So if all of this is 3 here and this is 4 here, and it's just lagging, and we're working the 50 here, we need it on 50 to get itself up above that resistance there. But if it drops below here and overlaps wave 1 here, then I've got this count here wrong, and we need to put a top in here. So if it, let's just say for a moment that it does drop down through here, I don't think that's the case, because we've got the A, the B, and the C here with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, A, B, C back again. So it should work higher and move up into group 2. So group 2 is 65, 72 in here, and 80 in here. So that's where I'm thinking that it'll possibly come to. Possibly try to get into group 2 here. I don't think it will settle in there, but still it's got to get up there first. The other point here, the 2762 is also always an important number as well. 62 in here because 62 is, well, there's when you get into group 2, there's lots of other numbers that are important, but 62 is 61.8%, so that plays out here. So if this drops, let's just put this, copy this and put this here. If that drops through here on top of wave 1 here, then we know that we've got a top in play. Okay, so if we've got a top in play here, it will only be then the pullback will pull back to here. So 272 area, the 2720 area. This is the 38.2% retracement level in here. So then we would need to look at this, or any move below here, and this is where you could put a stop if you wanted to for your long trades under here. So you don't put stops at whole numbers, by the way, not at 2740. So you drop down, I won't go into the whole spiel, but drop down to 36. So most of the, if you're having stops on the long side, the last number's got to end in 2 or 6. And I won't go into that at the moment, but look, if this drops through here, then expect it to come down to 272 area here in an ABC correction, and then another move to the upside to finish wave 5 off at that point. So just come back to the 15-minute chart. I mean, it's kind of important just to sort of, you know, get the last few drops out of this if possible, but so yeah, so coming back to, this is a 272 here, so coming back to the wave 4 of 1 lesser degree here, which would be the 38.2% retracement level taken from this low here. You have to just get that a bit better there. I don't particularly like spikes, but that's okay there. So yeah, so just in that space there, that's correct. And then a move up. So that's what we're sort of looking for at this stage. Taking a percentage here, and if you really want to get out of the game here, then putting that stop under that point that I just mentioned before, and leaving it at that there. Alrighty, sorry for rambling on so much, but yeah, anyway, just shooting the breeze. Alrighty, cheers.
Report unless it's done.
Really?
Just holding up some plates.